All right, looking at Atom here, Cosmos, can see that it completely blew out these zones. Oh my God. My goal was $8 and it is already at 744. So it actually hit 717, 715. So I haven't looked at this in a few days. And it completely, I haven't looked at this in maybe like 5, 6, 7 days. Holy, it completely, yeah, these last 3 days, it must have been like this for most of the cryptos because it was like this on ADA too. So yeah, you can see price came up, rejected this area, and then just came down. It did reject this area once or a couple times here and then pulled back up. Didn't even quite hit this zone, or just hit this zone, and then completely, right through it. 3 big candles down. And again, like for similar to Cardano, like there wasn't really an entry, like so like this I wouldn't have entered here, and then all of a sudden you just have this massive candle here which completely took out both these zones and the month. So I mean, you can't really, as amazing as this trade was, and I mean, like, you could have got in on it here, don't get me wrong, like this would have been perfect. I can't believe I drew this out so perfect above these wicks and everything. I pre-drew this before I even had like an entry or anything. I drew this out based on like there's a possibility if price comes back in and retests this, but for me to draw this out perfectly is pretty crazy. But I mean, yeah, you could have taken this trade and it would have been fantastic. 7 almost 8R, and like you could have held it further, I guess, because it completely destroyed the zone. So I mean, you could have held it for more, but pretty crazy trade. I would have considered this very lucky. Like this was not a skill thing. This was a luck thing, and I just happened to come up perfectly. I mean, this part is technical analysis, and like this part made sense, but for this to just come crashing down like this right through these zones and completely annihilate them that quickly too, I mean, that's not I just got lucky with that. But yeah, I think the next move for this is it's got to find support somewhere, maybe come up and retest these areas. But you can still see it's pretty bearish. It did gap today, and now it looks like it's heading back down still. So might keep going. There's not really any real resistance until 678-ish, so the next weekly zone. So I mean, yeah, it could keep going, but I don't really see any more trade. I wouldn't short this because there's not really it's too indecisive. Like I mean, this was good price action here, resistance, touch resistance here, break and retest, but now it's just straight through. So I don't really got much on this one either. I wonder if all the cryptocurrencies are like this. I wonder if they all drop this much. Pretty wild to see like this just happen, but yeah, we'll see if it retests at all. Might take the rest of the month now to just kind of retest, or these couple areas here just to see. Especially this main area here, I think it might come back up to, but I don't know if it's done going down yet. I think structure's still pretty bearish. You got this previous 4-hour candle here, super bearish. So yeah, I think the play for Atom right now is just to wait a little bit and see what it wants to do. If it decides it wants to start pulling back up, then you need price to cross over this 1-hour moving average at least, so we really know that the bulls are back in play. But until then, I'd probably just wait. Like, there's just not much. I mean, if you wanted to short it, I guess you could back down to maybe 675, 650 into this zone here, but that seems a little bit risky now because it's moved so much. If you look on like the monthly, well, I guess this says it's only moved $1.87, and it usually moves $4.52. So, but I don't think it really has $4.50 to move still. So it's at 740. I don't know if it can go lower, but I guess it might. So yeah, maybe just hang out and wait on Atom here and just see if it decides to start retracing. If it does break this previous low, it closes below 736, then it's probably going to head down a little bit more. But I don't know if there's a trade worth taking based on risk to reward, based on the fact that this probably is due for a retrace. I don't think it even retraced from even back here, so I'm not going to get into that part. But I do think that it could pull up a bit at some time, so it might not be worth shorting anymore. But yeah, that's Cosmos.